Hello again. This is going to be a video on the order of operations. Um, so we'll start off by looking at this question. So this is a very ugly looking question. There's a lot of stuff going on. We have 7 minus 3 in brackets, and that's being multiplied by 4, and then we add 16, but there's a dividing by 8 at the end. So, well, the problem was, let's say mathematicians were given this, well, how would they decide what to do? So would you divide 60, would you say 16 divided by 8? Would you do that first? Or would you add 4 plus 16, so that would be 20, and then divide that by 8? Or would you do the 7 minus 3 and then multiply that by 4? What would you do? So mathematicians were a little bit stuck with these kind of questions. They didn't really know what order you would do things in, so they came up with a thing called the order of operations. Now, what this is basically the order in which you do things, and what you give priority to. And you might have heard it before in primary school or in class. There's different versions, but this is just an acronym, so you can remember it. And it's called BOMDAS. There's BIMDAS. There's probably other ones out there, but it's just a way of remembering it. It has no actual mathematical relevance, but the relevance that we care about is the priority in which we do things. So I'll start at the top. B for brackets. So if you see brackets, you have to do them first. Whatever is inside of the brackets, you got to do those bits first. They're number one most thing you have to do first. Then you have orders, or sometimes there's an I there, so it would be indices. So just if you have something squared, so if you have 2 squared or 10 squared, or if you have something cubed, something to the power of a half, anything with a power, that's what we call orders, so or indices. So that would be after you've done your brackets, that would be the next most important thing. So after you're done your orders, you'd move on to D, division, or M, multiplication. Now, what do I mean by or? These are kind of the same priority. You can do either one. Now, we'll see later on, there's a question that I'll give you that you'll have to think about, but how we usually do it is you just do from left to right. So if you had division and multiplication in a question, you can just do it from left to right. You don't have to prioritize division over multiplication or multiplication over division. Then A and S would be addition and subtraction. And again, this is there's no specific thing to say that addition is more important than subtraction or anything like that. It's either one or the other. But again, we read from left to right. So altogether, it's BOMDAS. So most important thing, brackets first. Once you've done your brackets, you can look at orders. Then you're looking at division and multiplication. They're the same priority, but you usually do from left to right. Then you have addition and subtraction at the very end. So, in use, this is, let's say you had a question like this: 12 plus 7, bracket 7 minus 5 cubed times 6 plus 1. So, first off, I'm looking at this, and I'm looking at BOMDAS, so remember, B is brackets, orders, division, multiplication, addition, subtraction. So what's the most important one? Brackets. B is at the top. Do I have any brackets? Yes, I do. So I'll do what's ever inside the brackets first. Anything else outside of it, forget it. So I have 7 minus 5. Okay, so that's 2. So that's whatever's inside the bracket. So it's 2 cubed. So it was just this cubed. So 7 minus 5 is just 2. So it's 2 cubed. Okay, now I'm on the next line. 12 plus 2 cubed times 6 plus 1. So I'll look at BOMDAS. B, brackets. Do I have any brackets? No. O, orders. So do I have any powers, any indices? Yes, I do. I have cubed. So I'm going to do that. So I have 2 cubed. That's the same as 2 by 2 by 2. So that's going to be 8. So I'm on the next line. 12 plus 8 times 6 plus 1. BOMDAS. Do I have any brackets? No. Do I have any orders or indices, powers, whatever you want to call them? No. Division? No. Multiplication? Yes, I do. So I'm going to do some multiplication. So I have 12 plus 8 times 6. So I'm going to do the 8 times 6. 8 times 6 is 48. So I have 12 plus 48 plus 1. So then all of this is just addition at the very end, BIMDAS. So I just add them all together. And my final answer is 61. So that's practically how BIMDAS or BOMDAS, whatever you want to call it, that's how it works. You first off prioritize your brackets, then you do your orders, division, multiplication, then you do your addition and subtraction. So going back to our question, 7 minus 3 times 4 plus 16 divided by 8 equals, well, what will we do first? Remember, BOMDAS, brackets, you're going to be doing your brackets first. So 7 minus 3, that's going to be 4 times 4 plus 16 divided by 8. Now, orders, do I have any powers in this? No, I don't have any squares or cubes. I don't have any number up here on any of these numbers. Okay, what about multiplication? Yeah, I do. I have multiplication over here. Division? Yeah, I do. So how would I do this? Well, it doesn't matter. You just do it from left to right. So 4 times 4, well, that's going to be 16. Plus, now, I don't forget about the plus, but what about 16 divided by 8? Well, that's going to be 2. So 4 times 4 is 16. Leave the plus alone. Plus 16 divided by 8, that's going to be 2. Then I do BIMDAS, BOMDAS again. And I only have addition at the very end, so 16 plus 2, that's going to be 18. So that's how practically you use BOMDAS, or the order of operations. So just some recap questions, as I always do at the end of these lessons. What is the order of operations? So what is your order? I want you to think about that, so you can pause the video and do these questions. And what is the solution to 3 times 8 divided by 2? Bit of an interesting one. So you can pause the video and do that now. Okay, so the answers. What is the order of operations? Well, it's brackets, orders, division or multiplication, addition or subtraction. All together, BOMDAS. Or BIMDAS, whatever. Again, the acronym doesn't matter. It's just as long as you have brackets, indices or orders, division, multiplication, addition, subtraction. Okay, what is the solution to 3 times 8 divided by 2? A bit of an interesting one, because you might be thinking, okay, well, it's division or multiplication, so how do I do this? Just read from left to right. And remember, I was saying it there, so what you do is start off with the left. Okay, 3 times 8. Now, and I know there's a division, but they're equally as important, so I'm just going to do this one first. 3 times 8. Well, 3 times 8, that's going to be 24. Then I divide that by 2. So 3 times 8, I did this first, is 24 divided by 2, so it's 12. This is very rare. Sometimes I've very rarely seen this, but sometimes it can pop up, so it's just not to freak out. That's what this means. And yeah,